The Garden Report is brought to you by FanDuel, the exclusive wagering partner of the CLNS Media Network.
Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a practice edition of the Garden Report. The Celtics back at practice today after their two-game road trip, where Joe Mazzulla said today that they're not always executing well, but the intention is there so far as they make progress through training camp. 2 games to go in the preseason slate, about 2 weeks until opening night in New York. So the Celtics do have some time here to get their starters some reps. Jalen and Jason haven't played since that Sunday preseason opener. I'm sure they'll want to play at that home game against the Knicks on Tuesday, or at least one of those last 2 games. While Kristaps Porzingis continues to acclimate more and more. Al Horford talked a little bit about that today, as well as the starting lineup situation, which continues to evolve. Joe has said throughout camp that they have 7, 8, 9 starters, to use his words. They'll have multiple starting lineups this year, more than likely. And again today said the strength of that team last year was that they could plug and play guys and still win games. He counted off about 10 games where that interchangeability between lineups made them successful, made them the 2nd seed in the East. But I think the bigger question is who's out there when they're healthy and who's out there more often than not, which is what I'm looking for more specifically right now. Horford has started next to Porzingis in both of the games where the starters have played so far, which I find interesting. Double big appears to be something that Mazzulla and Brad Stevens like. So is Horford the one out there more often than not? I still think that's more likely the case than not. I asked Al Horford again about the starting lineup situation. Guys getting ready to play multiple roles, both starting and off the bench. Here's what he had to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of it. And with our group, we're a very versatile group here. We have a lot of guys that can do different things. So that's something that I think it's a strength of our group. And I think, our guys, I can say that we're all pretty comfortable with that.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by FanDuel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose.
So that follows his comments on Media Day, where he was a little less committal to coming off the bench, playing multiple roles, whatever you want to call it. And I think right now, Derek White is going to be amicable to it. So he's going to be the guy that I think goes to the bench more often than not. I did hear Tim Bontemps talking on the Hoop Collective podcast about Drew Holiday potentially coming off the bench, as he did on that preseason opening game against the Sixers. I tend to doubt we'll see him off the bench often, if at all, given the way they acquired him, his status in the league, and his importance on this team. I think you're going to want him out there with the best players more often than not. So I would not expect Holiday to be in that mix of starters and bench guys. I still say it's White and Horford, and maybe you change that based on matchups. That appears to be the way Mazzulla is leaning right now. But as I've said, it's tough to bring Horford off the bench. Only 14 games of that in his career. White seems more comfortable and successful in that role. But again, White was so good in that Sixers game the other night, blocking 3 shots in the first half. So it's a dilemma. It's a luxury too, as Joe's talked about. And he got on me a little bit. He said, we're so obsessed with the first 5 minutes of the game. There's still 43 to go after that. And as you always say, the closing lineup is more important than the starting lineup. And I'd say White and Holiday will be in that closing lineup. And then you pick them between Horford and Porzingis at that point. A lot of great talk about Porzingis today, too. You can go check that out on the main channel. How Horford's fitting in with him. How Mazzulla is learning to utilize Porzingis so far. And we also heard after that Philly game what surprised him most about his defense. All that and more at CLNS Media. Celtics All Access for our continued coverage of training camp. We'll be back here again tomorrow. And the post-game show Tuesday against the Knicks. The next time we'll see these Celtics play. For now, I'm Bobby Manning at Auerbach Center. This has been a practice edition of the Garden Report.
Ever wish you could navigate the betting field with the confidence of a pro? Enter Odds Are. They're not a sports book, but they're the sports betting advisor you always needed. It's like having a playbook for smarter bets right in your pocket. I've been absolutely loving the experience, and I think you will too, especially since Celtics All Access listeners get a 30-day free trial. Elevate your game day and join the smart betting revolution. Go get it at oddsr.com/Celtics. That's oddsr.com/Celtics.
With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Too busy this fall to cook? But want to make sure you're eating well? With Factor, skip the extra trip to the grocery store and the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back to crushing your goals. Looking for calorie-conscious options during the busy season? Try the delicious dietitian-approved Calorie Smart meals with around less than 550 calories per serving. This September, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/newsfeed50 and use code newsfeed50 to get 50% off. That's code newsfeed50 at factormeals.com/newsfeed50 to get 50% off.